Ready Well, hello there. What's going on, guys? Uh, this is about to be an exhausting one, man. This is about to be an exhausting one. What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? It's been a while. Oh, shit. Now, as you can see, you may notice a few changes. Um, Starting with moi. I am now one with the content now. I got a green screen. Now here's the thing. Given that this shit was a fucking pain in the fucking ass to set up, I will not be using this very much. I literally just wanted to show it off. I'm literally just testing it. But what y'all think though? Upgrade, 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 upgrade. What y'all think though? How's everybody doing tonight? Oh shit. I'm hungry as fuck too. I got food here. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness. It's all good. Might have to turn up the mic. Is the mic low? Hang on. How about now? Is it better? Is it better? You have become one with the force. This man said, I've become one with the force. See, if I still watch Star Wars, which I don't watch Star Wars much anymore. If I still watch Star Wars, I would agree with that sentiment. But I don't. So, let me show y'all something real quick. I got the green screen set up. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Hold on, where is it? I'm gonna show y'all what it actually looks like in here. Where's filters? I'm gonna show y'all what it actually looks like in here. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Hold up. This is what it actually looks like in here. This is why this shit was a fucking pain in the ass to set up. But we here, man. We got it. We got it. What's up, gang? Chewing on the mic is crazy. I'm sorry, man. I'm hungry. I'm gonna try not to. Cause I literally just got back from work. I'm hungry, dude. I'm just here for the roasting by the one and only. Appreciate that. But I watched Ironheart. I watched Ironheart. I watched a lot of shit over the weekend. I watched Squid Game. I binged the fuck out of Squid Game yesterday. But most importantly, we're here about Ironheart. It's actually good. Like it's actually pretty good. It's not like a masterpiece. Like but then again, I wasn't going in expecting this to be like amazing. It's literally just a debut show on Ironheart, right? Hey, here's a show telling us about the character. Here's a little adventure, right? I'm not going in here expecting like god tier storytelling. But it actually blew my expectations. It surprised me a little bit, especially with episode 3. I don't want to go into like heavy spoilers for people who haven't seen it. Well, if you're here, then clearly that means you've seen it. But as expected, you know, we got idiots over hating the fuck out of it for no reason. So we gonna be talking about them a little bit today. I can't believe this was released on my birthday. You should watch it. It's a good birthday present, man. Yeah, that's what I would rate it. I would rate it like a 7.5 out of 10. It's just good. It's pretty good. The usual suspects are hating per usual. Of course they are. We already knew, but here's the thing: even like regular reviewers are falling for the shit. Because they're parroting the same talking points that everybody else is saying. So We gonna go on Twitter real quick, see what people thinking about it, and then we'll hop into some takes. It's okay, but for some reason, in today's age, if nothing is a masterpiece, it's automatically a failure. Exactly. Now, a lot of this shit in Phase 4 was like genuinely bad. I'm not gonna lie. But here, it's just more so like it's pretty good. It's not the best. Obviously, there's issues, but it's just over hate. Over hatred, man. But I was looking on Twitter earlier today. It seems that a lot of people like it. So it's more so mixed than anything else. This was hard as fuck. That shit was fucking hard, bro. Look at that. Hold up. Oh my god. The visuals look astounding. The suit is great. Seeing Ironheart proving everyone wrong is so refreshing. Wow, fucking wow. Beautifully executed. Someone, this is good, but isn't a 10 out of 10. The MCU sucks. Bring back Iron Man, the average MCU fan now. Like, it's so sad, actually. Like, what the Marvel fandom has become in probably, like, the past 4 years, it's legit. It's legitimately on, like, Star Wars levels of, like, toxicity, right? And I don't want to say, and I don't want to generalize and say all Star Wars fans, but a good majority of them, yeah, let's just say if you a black person or you a person of any minority, do not go anywhere near the Star Wars fandom. I'm gonna just say that. And the sad thing is, Marvel is starting to get towards that level. It's sad. I hope Ironheart gets more and more love going forward. She won't. They're gonna find reasons to hate her. But then again, Miles Morales made it, so I guess if he made it, then you know, she definitely can. Can you increase your volume a little? Why do people keep? All right, hang on. I'm gonna bring it closer to me. I'm gonna bring it closer to me. All right, is this better? Can y'all hear me now? Everybody keeps saying my volume was low. All right, if you can hear me clearly, put 1 in the chat. Put 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly, like if it's loud enough. Hold up. I'm eating. All right. See, Feather Guardian hating in the chat. Female Sector and Cyrax are better than Riri. I just have to say it. Cool. I mean, I don't. That's great. I'm glad you like Cyrax and Sector better than Riri. That's great. But yeah, the hate is definitely not justified. Oh, everybody typing 1. All right, bet. The MCU Ironheart is way. Oh fuck. The MCU Ironheart is way better in the comics, or is way better than the comics. Sure. I mean, I haven't read a lot of Ironheart's comics, but like I said, from what I've seen, is good. Is good. Iron Lad, I believe, is Tony's son. No, Iron Lad, because I remember doing research for the for my other Ironheart video. People were saying, oh, they should have made Harley Iron Lad. The thing is with Iron Lad, right? The thing is with Iron Lad is Iron Lad wouldn't work because Iron Lad is basically a young version of Kang the Conqueror. That's basically what he is. So if they were going to do that, they'd have to find some way to do all of that and then fit it with the Kang storyline. But Kang's no longer a thing. So that just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. If only Jonathan Majors was still playing Kang. If Jonathan Majors was still playing Kang, we could have got it, but I don't think it's happening. Iron Lad was Nathaniel Richards. Yeah, I think he was like a distant cousin of like Reed Richards or something. But yeah, again, but people just say shit like that without like actually. They claim to be comic book fans. I'm not even a hardcore comic book fan. That's the thing. I just do the research. But these guys, like, they claim they're comic book fans and they just say shit without digging into it. Like, if they had known what Iron Lad actually was, they wouldn't be saying that. But the real reason, we know the real reason they want Harley to be the next Iron Man is because he's white. That's why. Because like I said, it was pretty clear in Iron Man 3, he was supposed to be a one-off character. I'm not a hardcore Marvel comic fan. Yeah, I'm more so an MCU fan. Motherfuckers just be chatting for the sake of chatting. I know. It's crazy. But his suit, Iron Lad looks solid. Yeah, his suit does look cool as fuck, though. It would have been cool to see a live action version of this. But again, since Kang's no longer on the board, it wouldn't work. Alright. But oh, there's Birdman. There's Birdman right here. Grift attempt failed successfully. So we're gonna take a look at this. I came across this on my Twitter feed. I think some of y'all already saw Birdman talk about this in his video, but I wanted to shit on this guy as well. So we just gonna go ahead and get into it. Let's see what this dude chatting about. Hold up. Riri Williams. First off, he's already being stupid with the title. Talking about some Riri Williams is not Iron Man. Did Marvel ever say she was Iron Man? Didn't Coogler literally fucking come out and say, hey, we're not trying to make her Iron Man. She's Ironheart. So right off the bat, he on bullshit. Right off the bat, he just on some bullshit. Let's go. Alright. I don't want this to be too loud or anything.
What in the hell is this? What in the hell is this? I just got done watching the first 3 episodes for Ironheart and wow.
Why is he talking like that? What in the hell is this? Like, dude, you acting like Ironheart killed your mom or something. It's obvious that this is rage bait. This is so obviously rage bait.
What in the hell is?
And he actually got absolutely destroyed, like in the comments, which we'll get to in a minute. But this is funny.
This. I just got done watching the first 3 episodes for Ironheart and wow. Wow! I'm gonna start off with the only positive about this show, and it's the fact that Riri Williams doesn't have a nanotech suit. We're back to the good old days. But other than that, this show is crap. Anthony Ramos as the Hood is not menacing. Every single time he has this hood on, it's a complete...
Except he literally is menacing, though. Especially if you've seen episode 3. That dude is like, yo, if you watch the greenhouse scene, if anybody has watched the greenhouse scene, what happens in the greenhouse? What he fucking does to that dude, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's obviously playing a character for rage bait. But people fall for this. They fall for it. Because as long as the logic feeds into their personal bias, they don't care. That's why, you know, characters like Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker are so prominent. Because they want to hate. And instead of actually doing the research, because I guarantee most of them haven't even seen the show. They're just going off of what these videos are saying. Right? And I've noticed that because a lot of these content creators bashing Ironheart, they're all saying the exact same shit. Oh, she's a criminal, which we'll get to. Oh, she stole the suit. Villain backstory. Like every single review we've read into says this exact same thing. But, you know, people are parrots. They don't, you know, unfortunately.
Joke, you hood is not menacing. Every single time he has this hood on.
All right, I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to spoil because people saying don't spoil. I'm not going to spoil for real.
It's a complete joke. You cannot take him or his lackey seriously. And I don't buy that Riri Williams is actually this smart girl. She doesn't act smart. Everything she does is dumb. It would have been 10
Dude, what?
Girl, she doesn't act smart. Everything she does is dumb.
Dude, wasn't she literally like designing devices to give away to students? The show literally shows her being smart. Oh my god. And he doesn't even elaborate on this when he says this. He just says that and just moves on.
It would have been
like, you would think the fact that she's able to replicate Stark tech and create an iron suit literally shows her intelligence already. But again, these idiots, they don't think about that, right? The fact that she's able to replicate Stark tech, when we've literally seen in Iron Man 2, multiple countries try to emulate Stark's technology and fail. The fact that she's able to do that shows how smart she is. Literally.
been 10 times better if Tony acts smart. Everything she does is dumb. It would have been 10 times better if
Oh, y'all drop a like on the stream, by the way. Damn, we got 113 niggas in here. Okay. What's up? Y'all drop a like on the stream.
Tony Stark was in this and he was her mentor. That would have been way better than what we're better. If Tony Stark was in this and he was her mentor, that would have been way better than what we're getting. Her AI that she had.
Dude, are you dumb? Tony died in Endgame. Because here's the thing. Tony is technically her mentor, even though it's not really Tony. It's an AI version of Tony because he died in like the Civil War event. But Tony's dead. And he's already coming back as Doctor Doom. There was quite literally no way to fit Tony into this show, bro. She's dumb. She made an Iron Man suit. What are you on? Yeah, and she built her first suit out of vibranium in Black Panther 2. The AI she created in the first episode of her dead best friend alone debunks the claim that she's not smart. Exactly.
As now is nothing but a joke. That AI is just cracking jokes the whole time. Marvel.
So? We saying this like most characters in Marvel don't crack jokes. Why is this an issue?
What are we doing? And I see now it's just cracking jokes the whole time. Marvel, what are we doing?
Oh my god. So I guess niggas are just upset. Okay, I will say one thing. Most of the heist members, because she's like, I don't know what their pronouns are, so I'm just going to say they. But most of the heist members, I was not interested in at all. That's one thing I will say. I think they could have done a better job fleshing out the heist members. Because it feels like they're kind of just there. I think Riri, Natalie, and Anthony, and I think her best friend, the guy that she's talking to, they're all great. But the heist members, the shit that they're, committing crimes with, I just wasn't interested. I don't think the show did a good job at keeping my interest with them. I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie. But he doesn't even explain this. He just it looked like he's just bad because he's a drag queen. Are you gonna say anything about the writing or the characters or the story? G-Lone, why are you mad? What? What's going on in chat? Are y'all good? Okay, they just having a spat or something. I don't know. All right, let's go.
And I see now why they decided to the whole time. Marvel, what are we doing? And I see now why they decided to release 3 episodes this week and 3 episodes next week, because nobody wants to sit week to week and wait for this. This show has...
Not really. They've been doing that. They've been doing that with like most of their Marvel shows. Actually, most shows in general do that now. Because releasing 1 episode weekly, most of that was just outdated anyway. Most shows release like a few episodes at a time. It's not just Ironheart.
terrible pacing. It's boring. It is very slow. It's a slow burn, and it doesn't pick up at all. Even though you have 3 episodes to watch, it does not pick up. The characters in this show aren't interesting. Anthony Ramos is the only one that is trying to work with this script. The actress that's playing.
Didn't you say his character was bad earlier though? The craziest thing is Slug was speed hacking with long ass nails. I respect it. True. True. Slug was funny at times. I will say that. Like Slug, I think Slug kind of has the most personality. I guess the drag queen character. Slug actually has a lot of personality. What? I don't want to get her pronouns wrong, but I'm gonna just say they had some genuinely funny moments at times. I will say that. But it's just like most of the crew, I just didn't really care about.
Ironheart, she's just not good, and she is unbelievable. And the fact that Ironheart actually killed a man at the end of this episode, Iron Man, Tony Stark, wouldn't approve of that. The first.
Did y'all hear what this dude just said? This man just said Tony Stark wouldn't approve that. This man just said Tony Stark wouldn't approve of Riri killing. Like, we go sit here and act like Tony wasn't bodying motherfuckers in the first 3 movies. He even killed in the Avengers movies. What do you mean? What do you mean he wouldn't condone it? Not to mention, I don't even think she didn't really kill him, so to say. It was more like a Batman Begins situation where it was like, I'm not going to kill you, but that doesn't mean I'm going to save you. She just left him there. Like, she didn't really physically kill him. Iron Man was putting motherfuckers on t-shirts since day one. LOL, choosing not to save someone is textbook Batman behavior, though. Right. That's how they get around the no killing rule with Batman sometimes. They'll be like, well, as long as he's not the one that's directly killing them, it's fine. But you know how many niggas die in Batman movies and he just doesn't give a fuck? It's crazy. It's not like Tony didn't set people on fire in the first movie, right? This dude has killed multiple times, and this dude's saying Tony wouldn't condone it. Oh,
first half of Ironheart is easily a 1 out of 10.
Like, y'all remember when Star Wars Theory tried to say the Empire wouldn't condone, or like Vader wouldn't condone sexual assault or something? Like, dude, when the Empire literally fucking commits child murder and genocide and shit like that, this dude is saying, oh, but somehow they wouldn't condone SA. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here, bro. Now, now, like I said, this dude got absolutely destroyed in the comments, which tells me that most people like it. From what I've seen, they were not going to get RDJ. Like, everybody's just bodying this dude. They were not going to get RDJ for this in the Avengers films. So then don't make the show. What? Because there's no Tony? But that's the thing. Wasn't the main criticism, like, especially with Miles Morales, y'all would be like, well, Miles latches too much onto Peter. Like, they're trying to make them independent characters. But now that's an issue too? I thought the point was that she isn't supposed to be defined by Tony. I thought that was the point. But now you guys want Tony in the show. It's just like, we can't win. That's what I'm saying. A lot of this criticism, they try to disguise it under criticism. But the problem is the criticism doesn't hold up under like any lick of scrutiny. I don't care if G-Lone doesn't like Ironheart, then it's fine. I don't care as long as he has valid reasoning for it. But yeah, with no actual critique or no substance. Yeah, if you're just hating on the character without reason, then that's not really great. It's not that great, bro. At least have a valid like reason. Let me see. Oh, and these environment titles were pretty cool too. Ironheart constantly complains that if she had billions, she could be just like Tony Stark. It's the money holding her back. It's obvious that the writers didn't watch Iron Man. That's not even... Dude, you do know most of Tony's suits literally took money to build, right? Like, all of his modern iron suits, like even the nanotech, he's not building that without money. He literally needed billions to make those suits. That's what she means. She's like, I need billions if I want to make suits like that. Like, y'all keep playing this clip, but y'all don't even understand the context of what that clip is saying, which is funny. Everyone who review bombed this show is a brain dead loser. Oh, and this dude. I can't even spoil who this guy is. I want to so bad, but I can't. If you watch the show, bro, he's gonna be very important later. Ironheart is practically unwatchable, and you just show a picture of the gay character. Like, dude, who cares? Is the character well written or not?
The thesis is all.
Now, we know what the real problem with the show is for most of these people. I only saw episode 2. Bro, y'all gotta catch up. Alright. Oh, brother. Now we got a lot of shit to get into. We got a lot of takes to dive into. We got Tyrone, Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, this guy, and of course, Jester Bell. Riri didn't have the funds alone to make the suit. Well, she was technically able to build a suit like with her grant money. But that literally proves the point though. She literally needed money to make that. That was the whole point of what was being said. That guy's my favorite side character. Yeah, Joe is cool. Joe cool as fuck. Now I can't say anything. Just watch the show. For those of y'all who haven't seen it, just watch the show, bro. I actually like Jester Bell. You do you, fam. Jester Bell has some pretty bad takes. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If you like her, that's fine. Ironheart is the worst person in the Marvel universe. Holy fucking shit, dude. Let's start with Tyrone. Let's see what this dude's waffling about. Also, Tony just built a prototype suit in the cave and not his main red and gold Iron Man suit after he escaped and used his billions of dollars to make, right? Like, the first suit in the cave was literally out of scraps. Every Iron Man suit after that, every Iron Man suit after his first suit took millions of dollars to make. All of them. His layer took money to make. Even his nanotech suit, all of that took money to make. So when Riri is saying, yo, I need millions to make these suits, I don't get why that's so hard to understand. Like, it's literally not that hard to understand. Jester Bell stinks, but to each their own. Right, like, if you like her content, it's fine, but I don't see it, to be honest. Ironheart was boring? How is it boring? Alright, let's go. Let's get into it. We'll start with Tyrone. These niggas is so dramatic. These niggas is dramatic as fuck. He's just like, dude, these niggas are such drama queens. It's crazy.
I ain't even got the strength to say it.
Strength to say what, Tyrone? Say it. Say it with your chest, nigga.
All right, come on. They waiting for it. They waiting for it, T. Tell them. Tell them.
Like, let these people tell it. It's the worst show on planet Earth. When it's not. Like, even if you think the show is bad, let's not act like Marvel hasn't had way worse. Let's just say that. And like, I would say at the very most you could say is mid, but the show's not even badly written. Well, time to go to sleep. I'm dead. Y'all like the stream, by the way. Let's go.
Ironheart episode 1 was a big piece of trash.
Big old piece of trash.
There must be a bot farm that monitors my videos. And I've noticed this for a while. I just never really said anything. You know, I've said a couple of things in videos before.
A bot farm? What's he talking about?
It usually happens as one of two things. What'll happen is I'll do a review of something, I'll do a reaction, and then all of a sudden I'll see everybody saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. It's usually one of two reasons.
What's he talking about?
Either, what I suspect, is that there are bot farms out there to push specific agendas, TV shows, movies,
again with this agenda shit.
whatever have you. So the companies, you know, they pay these bot farms to say, hey, it's great. Make sure you check it out. Or sometimes...
Or people just genuinely like the show. Why is it if they have an opposing opinion than you, it's a bot farm? Maybe they just genuinely like the show. I don't know. This man talking about bots.
There is something going on online, social media. It's either a YouTube video or it's something on Twitter. I've known.
I still remember when Marvel put out Inhumans. Bro, Inhumans was... You know what? No, I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna front. I'm gonna give y'all a little hot take. I'm gonna give y'all a hot take. I actually like the Inhuman show. I know it's a guilty pleasure. Okay? I actually like the Inhuman show. Y'all niggas about to laugh at me so hard. I'm not joking. I genuinely like the Inhuman show. Now, it's been a minute. I'm sure it's badly written. But I remember when this came out, I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think it was around like the time where Ghost Rider was in it. I was watching like some other shit. I actually like the Inhumans show. Okay. But here's the thing is though, nobody gives a fuck about the Inhumans, to be real with you. The only Inhuman that's even like remotely close to being popular is Black Bolt. And even he's not that popular of a character. It's better than Ironheart? Damn. This nigga is a D1 Riri hater, bro. G-Lone is a D1 Riri hater. I like Inhumans, but it's not better than Ironheart. Let's stop the cap. I like the Inhuman show for real. Damn, am I tweaking chat? I think Miss Marvel was an Inhuman too before they made her a mutant. Okay, no. Because I said Black Bolt was the only remotely popular one. That's not true. Because there was also Miss Marvel. Because Miss Marvel was an Inhuman too. I forgot. Alright, let's keep going with what the fuck this dude is saying.
Notice. Either somebody got something going on Twitter and all their followers are coming to parrot exactly what they said, or someone said something in the video.
Which is funny because you're basically a parrot for the critical drinker. That's actually hilarious. This dude wants to talk about fans being parrots when this dude parrots exactly what these other YouTubers are saying. That's crazy. This man is quite literally the pot calling the kettle black.
and it's the same thing. They're coming to parrot. So, one of the two things happened yesterday. Did a reaction to the trailer for streaming now. A must.
Carol was the best Miss Marvel. Nah, I think Kamala's a more interesting character. That's just me personally, though.
See, it deserves your attention. Ironheart deserves your attention.
Well, let's hear what this dude has to say about it.
Oh, they are desperate to get people to watch this damn show. But after I did my reaction, I kept getting, hey, it wasn't that bad. I just watched it. Hey, I just watched the first 3 episodes. It wasn't that bad. Hey, it wasn't that bad. Riri's actually pretty incredible. Hey, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, they're all saying it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, because a lot of people were outright hating on the Ironheart show before it came out with the trailer. So it's actually nice to see that there are some people who went in with an open mind saying, hey, well, I watched it. It's actually pretty good. But you just seem like you want to hate it no matter what. You just seem like you want to hate it no matter what. Like, I guarantee people in his fucking comments, what are niggas saying? Go woke, go broke, not watching the trash show. See, like, most people ain't even see it. Every woke box is checked. Oh my god.
Over and over.
Wait, what? Stream ended? What are you talking about? Who said the stream ended? What? Wait, are we good now? Is it back? Because people were saying the stream ended. Okay, we gotta do this again. Put 1 in the chat if we're back, if we're good. Because people are saying the stream ended or something. Let me check. Cause y'all know I got McDonald's Wi-Fi, bro. That's why I don't stream that much. Oh, okay, we good. Okay, we good. Somebody said 2. Fuck you, dude. What's good, Coda Murray? How you doing, man? All right, let's go.
And it's comment after comment after comment after comment. They're all saying the same thing. Then I'll see a couple of normal ones. And then I'll see, hey, it wasn't that bad. You should check. I'm
all
like,
right. What does he have to say about the show? All right, let's go to what he actually has to say about the show.
I'm telling you right now. Most of y'all should know where I got that from. Every woke box check is in this first episode that I can think of. Everything that you can think of that is woke garbage injected into television shows, movies, comic books, video games is in this first episode that I can think of. There may be 1 or 2 that aren't there, but I just offhand, I can't think of it because it's all there.
See, that's the thing. He's accusing people of being parrots, but you are a parrot for anti-woke YouTubers. That's not to say everybody who dislikes the show is anti-woke, but let's just be real. A lot of niggas who hate the show was already wanting to hate the show going into it. We already saw that. We saw proof of this. Like, holy fuck. Now we already know he's gonna have nothing valuable to say.
It was drudgery watching it. It was drudgery watching it. That was
was drudgery watching it.
Bored. And check this out. If I wasn't let's just say I liked woke. Okay, let's just say that I was okay with all the woke. Say I was pro woke. Say I was pro woke.
I'm dead.
It's still mid. The episode is still mid.
Okay.
However, we all know everything woke turns to shit. And the most. So
all right. What is? Let's see if he has anything of substance to say. Woke counter 3. Should we just play a drinking game every time he says the word woke? Let's go. All right, I'm gonna skip back. We'll have a woke counter. Let's have a woke counter.
And you get points deducted for being woke. Holy. So, as a black person,
add that to the woke counter. Woke counter 7. Thank you. I see JJ might keep it count. Let's see how many times he says it.
What irritates me the most is the overused stereotypes of us.
Overused stereotypes?
Of course, she's from the hood. And of course, she's doing things that she shouldn't be.
She's not from the hood. Where she was from, it looked like a suburb. That's what it... It didn't look like the hood to me. Hold up. Let me see. Was I tripping? Like, she looked like she was from, like, a pretty, like, middle-class area. Maybe I was tweaking. Yeah, this looks like that's not the hood. Yeah, this isn't the hood. So yeah, Tyrone has no clue. Yeah, Tyrone has no clue what the fuck he's talking about, because that definitely wasn't the hood. I'm not from the hood. I've been to the hood. I've grown up going to hood areas. I have friends but that definitely wasn't a hood area. She lives in a suburban area of Chicago. That's what I'm saying. Because that's where I grew up. I grew up in the suburbs. That definitely did not look like the hood, bro.
Doing to make money, or illegal things to make money. Doing things that she shouldn't be doing to make money. And so, of course, she's from the hood. And of course, she's doing things that she shouldn't be doing to make money, or illegal things to make money.
So, what's the problem with this? It was already made clear that she's not perfect. Like, what's funny is that's what they love to complain about. That, oh my god, all these DEI characters are perfect. They're Mary Sue's. They have no flaws. They can never do no wrong. But they made it pretty clear. Like, that's why she gets expelled from MIT. Because of the shit that she's doing. Like, the show made it very clear that she's not perfect. Because she's not really on the traditional heroes. It kind of starts in Wakanda Forever, but she's not fully there. And it makes sense what she's doing, to be honest, because like she said, she needs money. And she needs fast money.
I didn't like the Riri character in Black Panther 2. One thing about black actors that, that black people notice this, is we know if you're authentically hood and if you're not. And if you're not, just don't do it.
I mean, based on what you just said earlier about Riri being from the hood, when if you clearly watch the show, you would know she's not. That makes me question if you're even from the hood, bro. Because where she's from or what was shown was definitely not a hood area. Are you from the hood, Tyrone? I'm just... This could be a wild guess. It doesn't seem like you roll that way, my guy. I'm just gonna say that.
I like the actress's real voice and personality. I've seen her in interviews. The actress's real voice and personality. I've seen her in interviews. I like that. I wish they had brought that forward rather than trying to make her hood.
But how she acts in real life, of course, how she acts in real life is not gonna be how she acts in the show, because she's playing a character. Like, that critique doesn't even make any sense.
I wish voice and personality. I've seen her in interviews. I like that. I wish they had brought that forward rather than trying to make her hood.
Yeah, she's playing a character in the show, bro.
Let's continue. Of course, she meets a ragtag group of misfits.
Does he even know? Right. Like, he doesn't. She's literally playing a character.
And what are they all? They're all minorities, and they're all stealing. This is so great. Just so brave and stunning.
So, wait. Please stop trying to make this stealing a minority thing. Like, we have characters that steal in the MCU all the time that aren't minority. Like Hank Pym and Scott Lang. And the fucking Wasp and the Ant-Man movie were literally stealing shit from people. Why do y'all keep trying to make this like a minority thing? It's really not. It's really not. Niggas in the MCU have been criminals since the beginning of time. I don't get why they keep trying to make this right, Ant-Man. I don't know why they keep trying to make this a minority thing. They literally go on missions stealing shit from companies like Ant-Man does.
And it just makes me...
That's what I'm saying. A lot of y'all just are either just being blatantly racist, or y'all just need to refresh y'all memory and go back and watch the other movies. You should do this for Fantastic Four. I've been seeing way too much hate for the upcoming movie and a lot of the negativity rooted in bad faith. Sure, we can do it for Fantastic Four. We can.
Feel seen as a black person. It's
Wasn't the plot of the first and second Avengers movies based around stealing? Exactly. I mean, Tony literally created a fucking robot that almost destroyed the Earth. But that's fine. Riri wants to do some under the table stuff to make money. She's the worst person in the world. Okay. Alright, whatever. Alright, bro. Like, Tony hasn't done questionable shit during his Iron Man career.
it really did something for me, right here. To see us stealing and doing underhanded things, it's just so...
See, look at this dude just being a fucking overreactive, like, drama queen.
So much part of our culture that it brought tears to my eyes.
Like, what are you
All of us don't
about?
steal. The majority of us don't steal. Okay?
What
The majority of us do not steal. Good Lord, man. So
like, why is he saying this? We have characters like Sam Wilson, like, who are like actual niggas who he doesn't steal. Well, wait, but y'all hate on him too, though. T'Challa, Shuri, their characters, they don't steal. Why is he acting like most black characters are being portrayed as like stealing? Like, I don't get it. Oh, because he's pandering to a certain group of people. That's why.
With all the box checks, with all the bad stereotypes.
All right, we'll react to a little bit more, and then we'll go to another video.
It was just like, I felt like I was watching a minstrel show in a way, and it did nothing for us as a people. You know what I'm saying? So, and I saw, like, I think Marvel has up, like, oh, the music of Ironheart, of course. Of course, because black folks love music, don't we?
They do.
Yo, it's funny is that when you see other series that aren't black, they don't talk about the music of that series, the music of that movie.
Sam should have stayed as Falcon. Feather Guardian, you tripping, bro. Don't ever say that again. With all due respect, don't ever say that again, bro. I don't even get what the hate for him becoming Cap was in the first place. I'm pretty sure most people agreed in Endgame that Sam getting the shield was the right choice. The switch up on Sam was fucking retarded anyway. Not to mention he literally becomes Cap in the comics, but you know, whatever. But yeah, you tripping on that one, bro.
Movie. Whenever it's got something to do with black people, the music, man, they did that with whatchamacallit.
I mean, yeah, like music is a big part of black culture.
With
Like, dude, are you you talking about people being authentically black earlier? Dude, like, what are we on about? What are you
Power
on
Man.
about? Falcon should have become Eagle. Oh my god, y'all nigga tripping. Y'all
With Luke
nigga
Cage.
tripping.
The music, talking about the music, and I was just like, God, they think all we do is dance and rap.
This dude just dissed Luke Cage. What the fuck?
God, they think all we do is dance and rap. Sing, dance, and rap, like, and steal. Sing, dance, rap, and steal. It just irritated the hell out of me. I'm not watching any more of it. The first episode let me know exactly what I'm getting for the rest of it. Nothing but woke propaganda garbage.
Woke counters at 9. Who's keeping count? Woke counters at 9.
Not talking about the real meaning of woke. The
10.
The definition number 2, which is the garbage, identity politics, and everything else that they throw into stuff now.
I'm confused. Was there any identity politics in this show? Because there really wasn't. There's literally no identity politics in the show. Like, what is he on?
Definition number 2. Definition number 1 is just another version of saying awake. That's it. Being awake. Understanding what's going on, truly going on in the world. Being based. Okay? And a person that is truly awake moves differently and understands the world differently. They see politically what is going on for real. You know what I mean? And they're always becoming more and more awake because as times change, methods change of keeping you asleep. So yeah.
I mean, that's true, but what was bad about what was shown in the show, though? Yeah, he's not making any sense. Yeah, damn, we got all this shit to go into, bro. A masterclass in bad morality. All right, we'll watch what this dude has to say, and then we'll go to Nerdrotic. Who is this guy? Greg Owen? Ironheart is here, and halfway through the show, it's already a disaster. From incoherent motivations to deeply flawed morals, this isn't just another Marvel misfire. It's a cautionary tale about what happens when storytelling values fame over growth. Cool. Let's see. Let's see what he has to say, bro. Oh, what's up, Adrian? What's good, bro? I've been doing well, man. I watched the first 3 episodes of Ironheart, and it was real good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. He talks a lot of saying nothing and sounding like the stereotype of a conservative. Revoke him from fried chicken. Don't know about this guy. It says a masterclass in bad morality. Like, dude, y'all do know most of the characters are morally gray. Well, besides like a select few, like Spider-Man and Captain America. Even characters like Hulk and Black Widow are morally gray. Hold up. Okay. Alright. Let's see what he has to say. Let's go.
Well, Ironheart is finally here, and we're going to talk about it for same reason that news anchors talk about plane crashes and industrial fires. Halfway in, unsurprisingly, it's not good. And if you're wondering why people would be happy about that, it's because this show, like the recent Snow White, represents the finding out portion of a well-worn adage for Disney, who is
That's
pretty much
one thing I never understood, bro. The amount of niggas getting worked up over Snow White is crazy. Like, dude, like, why do people care so much? That's another thing. I think this is the chick that they were talking about, Rachel Zegler, bro. These niggas are beefing with a woman in her early 20s over a kids movie. The amount of hate videos I've seen by like old ass niggas over this woman is just wild. Like, I don't even get why people are even getting work. It's because it's Snow White. Like, like I don't know about you. I'm a grown man. I don't care about Snow White. If Disney wants to make a Snow White remake, go for it. I'm not the target audience for it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That's how you know these niggas are fucking man children, bro. Now, I heard the movie was ass because my girlfriend went and saw it. She said it was ass. But I'm just like, but most people seem to be focused on the actor. I'm just like, why? Who cares? That's what I'm saying. They act like these people just killed their fucking family or something. Oh, Lord. I'm just laughing at the memes. Yeah. Gal deserves the hate more than Rachel, even though she knew what role she was playing. What you mean? Oh, because she's Maleficent? I never under. What did Rachel Zegler say? Like, what did she even say that got these niggas so worked up? I get what Rachel Zegler did say something wrong, but that doesn't mean the hate should be continued on forever. People need to move on. What did she say? Rachel Zegler. Rachel Zegler has been the subject of several online discussions, primarily due to her social media activity and statements related to her role. One key point of destruction was a tweet where she voiced support. Oh. Wait. Negative sentiments, Doors. Oh, okay. So that's the real reason. That's the real reason. And expressing negative sentiments towards Trump support. That, I guarantee you, that's the real reason, bro. That's the real reason. That's why these niggas hate him. I know you very much. Remember to be kind. Yeah, this is fine. And always remember, free. I don't care about this. Like, what is that? What does this have to? She can have whatever take she wants, as long as it doesn't affect her role in the movie. Because I'm not into the whole like geopolitics of like Israel and Palestine. I don't care about that stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like what. I don't get why this is worth dunking on her for, to be honest, though. Yeah, something about Gal Gadot should stay in superhero films, personally. It's what she said during the interviews and calling people sexist. Rachel Z didn't even say anything. They lied and misconstrued what she said. Yeah, I believe it. Because it doesn't even... I'm gonna look a little bit more into it. But it doesn't even look like she really said anything that's... It's just more so people, I feel like, just have issues with what she said. And they just started dunking on her for it. I don't care, bro. Again, maybe it's because I'm a grown-up, but if I saw her saying a 17-year-old murderer, a 17-year-old racist, a 17-year-old white supremacist, a 17-year-old aspiring cop has been charged with murder. I'll have to look into that a bit more. But let's keep going. Let's go.
presents the finding out portion.
Birdman does have a video involving all of that in case you want to give that one a look. Yeah, I watched some of it. I think I watched some of it before because I was in the comment section.
Of a well-worn adage for Disney, who has pretty much given their fans the middle finger. So let's recap so far. I've got some jokes, some hot takes, and we'll make some predictions about where this all might be going, which, that's my disclaimer. At the end of the video, I'm going to make it official by saying, but I don't know though.
You can say anything you want with total and complete immunity.
Let's jump straight to what I think is the absolute.
Another thing she said was controversial was when she said that some of the scenes from her co-star might get cut out. It's Hollywood, baby. Wait, what? Which, to be for real, was kind of rude. Again, I gotta look into it a little bit more. But I can't really make a statement on that until I look into it. But y'all like the stream though. Y'all drop a like for making me suffer through this.
Worst part of this show by far. Everything else to what I
go.
think is the absolute worst part of this show by far. Everything else, the goofy looking 2019 crew, the plot holes, the inconsistencies with information from Wakanda Forever, all of that pales in comparison to
Plot holes. Okay, so it actually might seem like he'll probably say something that we can actually like rebut to.
the disgusting message that this show seems to be setting up, which is you can be a horrible person, and that's okay, so long as A, you can blame society in some way, and B, there's something worse that you either fought against or you could have participated in, but you chose not to. At the halfway mark, Riri is an awful human being. She's selfish, she's obsessed with her own fame and legacy and how she can outdo other famous people. She cheats in school.
Oh, you mean like Tony Stark? Wasn't he selfish and arrogant and cocky as well? I just... Bro.
Her own fame and
Like,
legacy.
what's
And
wrong with this? It's almost like there's different people out there. And heroes come in all shapes and sizes. Even selfish ass niggas like Riri and Tony. What?
how she can outdo other
Yeah,
famous
so Tony, basically. Like, what?
people. Halfway mark, Riri is an awful human being. She's selfish, she's obsessed with her own fame and legacy and how she can outdo other famous people. She cheats in school nonstop,
Like, yo,
she steals.
Y'all know how much of a douche Tony was before he became Iron Man? I think they showed it in the movie. That nigga was cheating on girls. He was like doing like trading illegal weapons and stuff like that. Like, before it, like, Iron Man was literally like redemption for him. Yeah. Some people were saying, yeah, Tony in some cases was worse than she was.
Constant, how she can outdo other famous people. She cheats in school nonstop. She steals constantly.
We've all cheated in school. Let's not go there.
She blackmails. She believes she's above everything and everyone. Rules do not apply to her, and she waves away every character defect by using the power of victim mentality.
Do you think Tony Stark would be Tony Stark?
Victim mentality? Oh, shit. Bad take alert. Victim mentality.
Defect by using the power of victim mentality.
Do you think Tony Stark would be Tony Stark if he wasn't a billionaire? No shade. That's just the way the world works.
Yeah, so she's a realist. That is how the world works. Tony, bro, Tony would not be where he is without his money. Like, he would not be making Iron Man suits without his money. Which, mind you, by the way, he got from his dad. Just in case y'all forgot. Just in case y'all forgot. He was really only doing that, all that weapons dealer shit, because he had money. Tony was not... Wait, what? She got blackmailed too. Also, Guy Gardner, as much as I despise him, is also a douchebag. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Since we was talking about Superman earlier, Guy Gardner is an egomaniac. He's an egomaniac, bro. But again, but he's white, so it's fine. again, he's white, so it's okay. Y'all know how many egomaniac heroes we have right now? But all of a sudden, Riri has a little bit of an ego. It's an issue. This is what I mean. A lot of it just seems like it's just racism covered in criticism. That's what I mean. It's the same thing with Miles Morales. Most of what they say about Riri can be applied to like most other characters. And he would not be kidnapped by the 10 rings, right?
She says whatever she thinks will get the most moral superiority to whoever happens to be standing there. Riri has an astonishing sense of whoever happens to be standing there. Riri has an astonishing sense of entitlement, and since the world has not rightfully bowed down to recognize her greatness and throw money and adulation at her feet, she feels perfectly justified in everything she does, especially since she's telling herself that what she's working on will...
She doesn't feel entitled though. She's literally trying to find ways to make money throughout the show. Granted, is it questionable? Yes. But she's trying to earn her way up. She's not saying, oh, well, the world... She literally says it in the clip. She says, that's just the way the world is. You need money. I need money. That's why I'm doing what I do. She's not saying, oh, the world is, bad because they're not... That's literally contradicted in the show. Like, what's he talking about?
Will be great and iconic and for the greater good. She is Napoleon. What she's working on will be great and iconic and for the greater good. She is Napoleon. She is Zarathustra, descending to you.
Right. Guy looks old as fuck in his on-screen debut. I thought bro was 35 to 40 tops. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about... What are you talking about?
Especially since she's telling herself that...
There is one aspect of Superman where he's egotistical. I think in certain situations, yeah, but Superman overall, I think he can have an ego sometimes, but I don't think ego was really like a part of his character like that. I could be wrong though. Doctor Strange was selfish. Exactly. Doctor Strange, Hank Pym, Guy Gardner. We've had tons of egomaniacs throughout superhero history.
What she's working on will be great and iconic and for the greater good. She is Napoleon. She is Zarathustra.
And actually, the thing is, the reason she's even creating these suits to begin with, and she said this in the show, she wants to revolutionize safety. She wants to use those suits to help out first responders. She's literally making the suits for a beneficial cause. Well, that just shits on your whole argument right there. Y'all act like she's just some villain. No, bro. They literally explain this in the show. Like, come on now.
To you mortals to impart wisdom. This is the beginning of a villain arc, not a hero's journey. But I have no doubt that she's going to be framed as a hero in the end, and that makes me sick, especially coming from a company like Disney. When your attitude is constantly, well, at least I'm not Hitler, you don't realize you might still be Goebbels or Mengele. I don't think much of the audience will be coming back next week to see the rest of this obvious villain origin story, and some of the female audience is definitely...
She-Hulk was selfish and arrogant. I think to an extent. I hate Damian Wayne. Bro, what's with the Damian Wayne hate, dog? Damian Wayne is cool. I will not tolerate hate from my GOAT. I will not tolerate the hate, dog. The most hated. Oh, there's M Enterprises. He's a go-to channel too, by the way. Oh my god, he makes the best content. Yeah, I'm subscribed. Damian Wayne is the most hated Robin. I don't get it. I know people hated him because he was like an annoying brat at times, but I think after they developed his character, he's a lot better. He's more tolerable, at least. I never understood the hate. Stop hating on Damian, bro. Damian's cool. In fact, I would even say he's a better Robin than Dick He's a better Robin than Dick. He's a better Robin than, what's that other nigga's name? Not Tim Drake, because Tim Drake is the best Robin. But Jason Todd, he's a better Robin than he is. But Tim Drake is by far like the best Robin, just objectively. Like that's not a debate. that's just not a debate. Yeah, they need to do something with Tim Drake though, especially in maybe like some upcoming DC project or something. He will still catch a body. I think the hate is really just not liking a female black character having a role. That's basically what it is. Trust me. That's what it is, but they don't want to say it. But they try to bury it under this mountain of like critiques, which, as you can see, which I'm reacting to, don't hold up. He is immature and a brat, and that's cool. Yeah, Damien's cool, dude. I think was he supposed to be the Batman Beyond in the Arkham game, or was it supposed to be Terry? Because I heard some rumors it was supposed to be his son. It was supposed to be Damien. I could be wrong though. Savior? The fuck? Okay, I need to check out what that is. But let's get back to the video.
Definitely out because Rio is in story, and some of the female audience is definitely out because Rio is dead, sadly. Listen to me. Listen. That actor was a draw for this show. Women want to be treated like one of two Elizabeths.
May I have the next dance, Miss Elizabeth?
Get in the car, Elizabeth.
Life's about balance, fellas. Sometimes you got to be a gentleman. Dress up, you know? Wear a tie. Other times, the tie just needs to be an impromptu.
Okay, he's just waffling right now. Let's see what he's talking about, though.
To clove hitch, or you take your two loops and you feed them through each other, and hey, now you got some handcuffs.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. This is an Ironheart stream, dude. You gotta watch the show, bro.
Stories
you'll be alright. You'll be alright. Just watch the first half tonight.
Disconnects are more than just ethical. Riri has extreme motivational confusion. She doesn't want to hurt people, but, you know, she did bomb all those cops to defend some people that she literally just met in Wakanda Forever. She's obsessed with building...
She didn't. In fact, that was the drone, because I said this before, that I thought that's what she was doing, but actually upon rewatching the movie, she literally just shot down the drone that they sent after her. Like, so they were literally trying to kill her first.
people that she
literally
just met in Wakanda Forever. She's obsessed with building an
after her. She was just defending herself. That's what I saw anyway.
Iron Man suit. She keeps referencing her stepdad about it, but the connection between that guy and Tony Stark is not making any sense. That's just a mystery box that obsessed with building an Iron Man suit. She keeps referencing her stepdad about it, but the connection between that guy and Tony Stark is not making any sense. That's just a mystery box that I don't think contains anything. Really what it is an attempt to bridge the source material where Williams did work for Stark and then for a hologram version of him when he died, but that story's basically already been used by Spider-Man. But her relationship to Gary is also inconsistent. She says he's the greatest guy ever and chastises her mom for letting his dream die by not keeping up the garage. But Riri also sold her connection to him.
Wait, no. What? Hold up. Let me listen to what he said.
Is also inconsistent. She says he's the greatest guy ever and chastises her mom for letting his dream die by not keeping up the garage. But Riri also sold her connection to him, his car. Like with so many news stories, Riri doesn't have a great reason for anything that she does, except maybe pure selfishness. In this case, she doesn't have any real motivation because she isn't written like a real person.
Well, but she does have motivation, though. That was said in the show. She literally does have motivation. The white guy Peter has 8 Spider-Man movies and nobody complains. But the one time Miles gets a movie where we have a black lead and some people start complaining, white dudes are always represented. Stepdad's taking L's in all universes. Shut up. Yes, Young Link, the main lead, has to be. I'm gonna have to rewatch what happened with Gary because I don't know what he's talking about there. I remember the scene where like they got into an argument with something about Gary, but she wasn't like chastising her for it. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. I have to rewatch that. Maybe he made a point there, but I don't know. I'll have to rewatch that scene.
She doesn't have any real motivation because she isn't written like
but she does have motivation though. I already explained that earlier with the whole safety and the suits and everything.
Real person, but like a token that can be moved around the storyboard. Let's go.
Oh my god, again with this token shit.
Over that story, shall we? So Riri gets kicked out of MIT for selling academic services, and she of course feels that she is under attack for being held accountable. She grabs a suit, flies home to Chicago, where she is seen by half the city, including John Lorenz Fair. Academic services, and she of course feels that she is under attack for being held accountable. She grabs a suit, flies home to Chicago, where she is seen by half the city.
Wait, if she's being held accountable, doesn't that mean she's being written like an actual character? It's literally showing how flawed she is. So she's not a token.
For being held.
You just debunked your own argument.
Accountable. She grabs a suit, flies home to Chicago, where she is seen by half the city.
Yeah, she's literally being held accountable for her actions. She was expelled for what she did. She's being written like an actual character. Once more off topic, I can't believe we almost got Michael Bay's Superman. He was making a Superman movie? No, he wasn't. Stop lying. He was not making it. No, he wasn't. What's he talking about? Well, it's true that Michael Bay was considered. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Oh, okay, yeah, that probably would have been bad. that probably would have been bad. Yeah, we dodged a bullet there, bro. All right, let's go.
Including John Lorenz Fair right here. Chicago, where she is seen by half the city, including John Lorenz Fair right here. I want to keep using that, it isn't rolling off very well. His name is Parker, and he needs a crew member for heists because he has to fire Eric Andre, who is here for some reason. Should have just leaned into the comedy, really. It would have livened up this boring story. And maybe they will, I don't know. I hope that there's like a flashback where Parker is making his Faustian deal and he asks what it's gonna cost to get his vengeance. And then Sacha Baron Cohen's Mephisto steps out of the shadows with a giant mustache and just says, "You're live."
That's gold, Jerry. Gold!
Apparently that is who is playing the character.
No, Riri's just working with them to make the money to help build her suits. Yeah, she's not like, obviously she's not actually a criminal. She's made it clear that she's out as soon as she gets the money that she needs. She doesn't really want to do it. It's just more so that's really the only way she could get money at the moment. Michael Bay is returning to Transformers, which is bad news. I saw that. Michael Bay is coming back, but y'all ain't getting a Transformers 1 sequel. Y'all ain't getting a Transformers 1 sequel. I saw that shit. Damn. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, though. Because I heard Transformers 1 was good. I'm gonna have to check out because I haven't seen Transformers 1 yet. But a lot of y'all niggas during my streams was telling me to check out this goddamn movie. Like, it's good, right? I know a lot of people were turned off by like the trailers and shit, but when people went and saw it, they're like, "Oh shit, it's goated." But I'll check it out. But there's no point because they already said it wasn't getting a sequel. You haven't seen it? No, I haven't seen it, bro. I've seen all the Michael Bay movies. I've seen Transformers Prime. I watched that shit all the way through. And I've seen Bumblebee. I have not seen Transformers 1 or Rise of the Beasts. Those are the two I have not seen. Oh, everybody's saying it's peak. Oh, what the fuck? Alright, I'll check it out. Alright, I'll check it out. Damn, everybody said it's peak. I will check it out. I got y'all. Watch the 80s movie? You mean, isn't that like the G... What's it called? Like the G1 era or something? Hold up. Rise of the Beast is peak. I'll tell y'all who my favorite nigga is, though, in Transformers. Before we get back to the video, I'm going to tell y'all who my favorite one is. My favorite two Transformers are Lockdown and Drift. Those are my two favorite ones. Drift is cool as fuck. Mainly, I'm not going to lie, it's mainly because of the design. His samurai design is oh my god, I love his design. Fuck. And also, this is another hot take. I know we supposed to be talking about Ironheart, but this is another hot take. I liked Age of Extinction. I liked Age of Extinction, bro. I liked Age of Extinction. I know a lot of niggas did not like that movie. But as someone who didn't really watch a lot of the older Transformer stuff going into it, I liked the movie. Trigger warning, I liked Age of Extinction, bro. But Lockdown is my favorite, and Drift is my favorite. We talking about Transformers. We supposed to be reacting to fucking Ironheart. Oof, well, I respect your opinion. Damn. Niggas say Age of Extinction is ass. That's crazy. Nah, I liked Age of Extinction too. Yeah, because of Lockdown. Damn, dude, you trying to get canceled? Dude, Age of Extinction is good, bro. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. I don't give a fuck. I actually like Grimlock's design. Yeah, the dinosaurs were cool. Lockdown was an amazing villain. Drift was in it. He's my favorite. I like the movie. Okay, Last Night is garbage, though. Last Night was trash. Though I still wanted them to finish the story. They need to make a movie and just finish off the Bay story. But Last Night was garbage. I will say that. I can't do... No Transformers fan in their right mind is defending Last Night. That shit was fucking terrible. Last Night was good. I liked it. The Merlin stuff did it for me. Merlin stuff. It's been a while since I've seen it, though. I'll have to rewatch it to see what y'all niggas are talking about. Grimlock was always my favorite. Alright. Y'all ready to get back into this shit? Because I am. Last Night has dragons? I don't care. The writing was dog shit. Megatron coming back didn't make sense. That from what I remember. Cade somehow having a sword. He somehow had a fucking sword come out of his hand. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? Wasn't this dude just some rando in Age of Extinction, and now all of a sudden he was like some part of like a prophecy or something? Like, the writing for Last Night just didn't make sense. It genuinely, it just didn't make any sense. But let's go. Let's continue.
And I am morbidly curious to see. Apparently that is who is playing the character, and I am morbidly curious to see how that goes. Anyway, Parker lures Riri to his hideout. There is a bomb-defusing interview where she might die, and after she gets through, he tells her, "Hi, we're a group of criminals who do crime. Would you like to help us with said crimes? And you're going to take Eric Andre's spot, who is standing..."
Again, most characters of the MCU have committed crimes before. Why is this a problem? Cap and Sam and Bucky, they were all fugitives. Again, I don't need to mention Scott Lang. The dude was an ex-convict. Like, dude, I don't get it. Y'all keep putting this emphasis on this crime thing.
Right there.
I might fire him and hire you.
She tries to refuse because she doesn't want anybody to get hurt. And so he's, you know what? I'm just gonna play it for you because otherwise you will think I'm joking.
It's not like that.
Okay, so what do you do?
Theft, extortion, breaking and entering.
Oh, well, why didn't you just say so? Sign me up. I thought you guys were doing bad things. God.
No, that's not what's being said. Basically, she's fine with doing things that don't involve people getting hurt. That's pretty much what she's saying. She's not down for like armed robbery or like murder or any of that stuff. If it's like, it's the same with literally Scott Lang and Ant-Man. He's like, yo, I'm not a burglar. I'm not an armed robber. I'm like a cat burglar, right? Because I don't use guns. He doesn't use guns. He's cool with committing crimes that are like non-violent, so to say. So why? I'm confused. Like this isn't unusual. This isn't out of the blue. Isn't the Punisher literally exactly? The Punisher is a criminal, but that's cool though. We know why it's cool. You know, for that one reason that I can't seem to put my finger on. It's cool for all these other characters to be criminals, but the minute it's a black woman, can't have it. Stereotypical, doesn't make sense. She's the worst person in the world. Yeah, she literally, the geek of all trades. See, we actually watched the show. She literally says, I'm in this for the money, only not to hurt people or stuff like that. Right. Unrelated, but who's your favorite Transformer? Lockdown. Lockdown and Drift are my favorite ones. I think I said that earlier. Who's your favorite? Black Cat's a criminal. There are tons of criminals. There are tons of criminal like anti-heroes in Marvel and DC.
You know, a good thing you could do is hit that like button.
That's right. Y'all hit that like button. That what he just said. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button on the stream, bro. Hit the like button for making me suffer through this doo-doo video.
Oh, you didn't hit it? No, that's okay. I know why.
Because I'm black?
She agrees and goes with them.
Oh my god, this thing is insane.
I'm on a heist and the only living person in the world with an Iron Man suit.
That was a little funny.
She agrees and goes with them on a heist, and the only living person in the world with an Iron Man suit is seen by a bunch of people. A guard gets shot in the arm, and the next day she finds out Eric Andre is dead. Now she feels trapped, so she goes on a second heist, determined to find out what's special about Parker's cloak. She blows the mission accidentally. Rio finds out what she's up to, and she leaves him to die and then has a panic attack. Subplots include her blackmailing a random black market weapons dealer who is a sad sack and turns out to be Obadiah Stane's son. And
whoa, he blackmailed her back though.
Weapons dealer who is a sad sack attack. Subplots include her blackmailing a random black market weapons dealer who is a sad sack and turns out to be Obadiah Stane's son. And we find out in the dumbest way possible.
And it's really not even blackmail because he agrees to help. He agrees to like help her. It wasn't like really, it is kind of blackmail at first, but they're cool with each other for now at least.
Tells him to grow a backbone, which he does, but now he's bossing her around for some reason. The botched heist sees her.
He's bossing her around because she literally told him to stand up for himself. Did you not watch the show? It's literally shown. He literally says it in that clip. Thanks for teaching me to stand up for myself. So she was low-key helping him. Did Rhodey die? No, he's still alive. These are the same people that got mad when Anthony Mackie said that Captain America didn't represent America, right? Because Captain America has never represented America. It's more so about like America's morals or what like America should strive to be or whatever. But I agree with you. These are the same people that said that. Could have sworn Rhodes has a suit. This guy's just lying. Yeah, he literally got his suit. He got his suit by taking it from Tony. That's what I'm saying. All of the shit that Riri is doing, you could literally criticize other characters for. My man Red Hood is still on about Transformers, bro. We on Ironheart now. Good talk, though. But I'm glad you like Shockwave.
grow a backbone, which he does, but now and we find out in the dumbest way possible. She tells him to grow a backbone, which he does, but now he's bossing her around for some reason. The botched heist sees her leaving behind some tech that could be traced to him, despite her promises otherwise. Also, she uses a neural scanner.
Wait, what did she say?
Could be traced to him, despite her promises otherwise. Also,
yeah, 'cause she made a mistake. Obviously, she wasn't trying to leave it behind. It just happened in the moment. She didn't intentionally fuck him over. How is that? That's not a character inconsistency. She fucked up. It was a flaw. And I think she even melts down about it later. She's like, oh shit, I left it. All of this stuff can be debunked if you watch the show, bro.
She uses a neural scanner to make an AI, but falls asleep thinking about her dead best friend Natalie, and then the AI now has Natalie's personality, which elicits different responses from Riri depending on the scene and which version of this rewritten mess they pulled it from to splice into the final product. Also, she likes this guy, Xavier, and they go on some dates. At the end of episode 3, her actions are causing serious havoc, and she's seeing it. Ooh! What I believe these writers think they're accomplishing here is a Devil Wears Prada situation. Like, oh, poor Riri didn't realize how far things would go until it was too late. Now she doesn't know what to do. She's gonna pick herself up and make the right choice.
That's exactly what happened, though. It seemed like he just waffling. Like, it seemed like he just complained just to complain.
The problem is that in that movie, Andy was naive and spent months slowly sacrificing more and more of her life and personality over to Miranda, and then really hurts some people's feelings. Riri, on the other hand, is already a terrible person when she meets Parker, and things get crazy on the very first job.
She's a terrible person because she's a... This is what I mean. None of these criticisms hold up, bro. Like, he's not even doing a good job of explaining, like, why she's so terrible. From what it looks like, it just looks like she's just flawed. Oh yeah, let's mention Thor was the one who would go to other worlds to kill just because of a war and fought before he got in trouble by the Allfather. He was a war criminal. Good, yeah, that was another one. Let's see what this.
When he shoots a security guard, that's nothing to say about the interview where he threatens to kill her in an elevator. Shoots a security guard. That's nothing to say about the interview where he threatens to kill her in an elevator. She's not naive. She's prideful and egotistical. The problem is they've dug a likability hole so deep for Riri that it'll be hard to get out of with the time that they've got left. She's going to need some kind of event, and we need to show a change in attitude. If just one terrible thing happens, then she suddenly says out loud all the lessons that she's learned, it's gonna be hollow. So what might happen in the second half? Well, a great way to cement a theme in a story is to parallel the antagonist and protagonist along the same gradient. Parker has a magic hood that lets him teleport. He also can bend bullets, and he's got a bunch of back tattoos. You know what? All right, new name. Anthonila Jolie has clearly made some sort of Faustian pact, getting the hood to get revenge on some rich people who seem to know him. Anthonila tells Riri he was powerless before the hood, but now he's getting what he deserves. Those back tattoos are to cover up some kind of creeping sign across his skin, probably from...
Yeah, but it's kind of a dark parallel, though, in the show. Because, like, Riri's whole goal is that she wants respect, you know? And, you know, it's pretty much the dark parallel to Parker. Like, he wants respect in the sense that he's using the hood to get what he wants because he wants to be above all of them. Like, so what he's saying is literally happening in the show. They're two opposite sides of the spectrum. So they literally are doing that in the show. You just wasn't paying attention. That shit funny as hell. This is why we get off the internet and read the comics, right? Peter was stealing from his school. Oh, good point. Peter was stealing from his school. Heroes got to get it done some way or another, right? Let's not forget the Avengers have committed crimes that caused the team to go into a civil war because of the events that happened in Avengers 2012. Yeah, they're just way too focused on like this crime nonsense.
Those back tattoos are to cover up
let's finish off this video.
Some kind of creeping sign across his skin, probably from the Pact. Like, clearly he has a fiend patron, but MCU home rules gave him Pact of the Glock, and it is really effective. It looks like a lot of fun to play. Anyway, second half we'll hopefully see him getting more and more out of control now that Rio is dead and his revenger, greed, or whatever will start consuming him. What we should learn is why he made this deal, and it should strongly mirror Riri's situation. Maybe he was in business with these rich people, but he was greedy and thought he deserved more than them, and he thinks everything is owed to him, and it caused him to lose everything. He doesn't learn that his own actions are what cause his pain until the Hood and the Revenge eat him alive and his soul belongs to Demon Borat.
I mean, the Revenge is already eating him alive, though. That's what I'm saying. They very well could be doing that in the next 3 episodes. That's why you shouldn't be saying a master class in bad morality. When first off, most of what you say here isn't even true, and the show isn't even done yet. It's very clear that they very well are doing that with his character. The weird crew, I already agree with that. What's he doing here? What's he saying here?
Realize, oh no, these criminals that I agreed to do crimes with are in fact the baddies, and I have to stop the lead guy because he has literally made a deal with a demon. In the trailer, she can be seen interacting with some red runes and then apparently using them to power her suit. I predict that using demon magic will work.
They're not adding the Hood to Marvel Rivals. I don't think they'll do that. I don't think the Hood, maybe. Well, they added, because we already have a hooded character with, like, cloak and dagger. I don't know. I feel like that would be too similar to, like, what they did with them.
Just fine, with no consequences, because she's the main character, and we will reinforce that rules don't apply when you've got good intentions.
That's not, okay, so she's just saying nonsense. Because she literally experiences consequences throughout the episodes. So, yeah, he's just complaining just to complain. That's what I mean. None of these criticisms hold up, like I said. No, the Hood was leaked back in season 1. Oh, for real? Oh, I didn't know that, because I don't really play Marvel Rivals. But if that could be cool. If they get him right, it could be cool. Alright. So we got Nerdrotic. Alright. Let's get into Nerdrotic's vid. And then we'll call it. We'll probably call it. Because I don't feel like watching these other two. I believe he gets made fun of in elementary school through college. Did they say that? Let me see. Where is this leak at, though? Oh, so there were rumors about it. Okay. Well, that could make sense. That could make sense. We'll have to see. Though I heard that it seems like they're going to be introducing Mephisto through him. I'm so tired of these videos now. They are so dumb. Yeah, because like I said, all these YouTubers say the same shit. If you notice. Like, they don't have any, like, reasonable critiques to say to the show. Like, that's not to say, I'm not even saying the show is flawless. It's just that a lot of these critiques are just dumb and don't make sense. Do you play Marvel Rivals? No. I don't have the time. Plus, I was never, like, really... Like, I watch gameplay and stuff like that. But I'm not really into hero shooters and stuff like that. I played a little bit when it came out, and I was just like, eh, you know, it's cool. It's a good game. It's just, I don't... Really, it's just I don't even have the time to play it because I'm so busy. Yeah, most of them are like bad faith critiques and stuff. Who's hated more, Riri or Miles? Riri. Riri, but that's more so because Riri doesn't have as many Riri doesn't have as big as a fan base like Miles does. So it's like it seems like what's being said about Riri is true. But Riri seems to be more like a lot more hated for sure. Like for sure. Miles is beloved now since the Spider-Verse movies. Yeah. It's definitely Riri is definitely a lot more hated. All right, hang on, y'all. I gotta grab something. I'll be right back. Y'all just hang tight real quick. We straight. We good. Who would win in a fight, Deku or Miles? You talking about the nigga from My Hero? That's an interesting one. Because they both pretty much have the same, like, power set. Basically. Well, Miles can go invisible, though. If he could, like, sneak up behind him. I would say it's close, but Miles just has more, like... So I'm gonna say Miles. I'm gonna say Miles, because his abilities are just kind of, like, more versatile. But it would be close, though. I heard Death Battle's doing a thing on him. We'll have to see. But my bet's on Miles. But I'm not even caught up on My Hero Academia. I stopped at the whole like Dabi and Todoroki thing that they had going on. What was it called? The Paranormal Liberation Front. That's the arc where I stopped at. So I gotta catch up. I say Deku Miles doesn't have many feats to be absurd like most comic characters, and Deku does have danger sense. Oh, that's true. That is true. Alright. We'll talk about this live. We'll get into Nerdrotics 1, and then we'll call it here. But I think I've proved my point with a lot of these vids. She's like Rachel Zegler without the singing talent. Critical drinker. Never go full Riri. War Machine is a better choice for those interested in a black Iron Man character. I mean, and here's the thing. I know a lot of people are saying like they want Armor Wars, which that's fine, but I don't know why that has to come at the expense of Riri's show though. Like their stories aren't even really connected. Like we can't just have both shows. Like I know a lot of fuck shit was going on with the Armor Wars show. That's why they stopped doing it. Armor Wars. Hold up. Though I heard it might have been canceled. Do you have a Discord server? Yeah, I got you. Hold up. I'll put it in chat real quick. There you go. I'm gonna pin it too so that you can there you go. It's pinned for anybody who wants to join it too. My Hero Academia Vigilantes finishes up tomorrow. If you're familiar with the MHA spinoff, I've heard about it. I'll check it out. But I do hope we get Armor Wars though. I do hope we get it, but it seems like I don't get why that has to come at the expense of Riri. And then let's not try and act like if they didn't start giving War Machine main character energy, y'all wouldn't be hating on him as well. Because we've already been down that road with Sam Wilson. Like, when they gave Sam Wilson main character energy, y'all started hating. Who's to say they won't do the same thing with War Machine? I don't even, like, Rhodey wasn't even really getting glazed like that before Ironheart came out. But now all of a sudden people care about Rhodey. It's just weird, bro. They would rather have one or the other. They don't want two main black characters, LOL. Right. I appreciate it. But let's get into Nerdrotics vid. And then we'll get off.
Dominic Thorne is back as brilliant engineer Riri. Is that right? Riri Williams.
How do you think Ironheart will shift the narrative for the coming generations?
Yikes. For me, it's the fact that Ironheart gets her show before Blade gets his movie. Well, the Blade was already going through some fuck shit before Ironheart even existed. Like, you can't blame Riri for that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Y'all are voicing y'all's frustrations onto Ironheart, but it's not even their fault. I mean, I agree we should get Armor Wars, but why does that automatically mean the Ironheart show shouldn't exist? I'll watch Armor Wars than Ironheart. I mean, that's your opinion, but you ready for Beyond the Spider-Verse, bro? Yeah, I'm ready. Dude, you're a glazer? Nice rebuttal. Cool. I guess I'm a glazer for debunking misinformation. Like, I didn't even say the show was flawless. I'm saying, like, a lot of the critiques are bad faith, but I guess that makes me a glazer now. Nice argument, my dude.
I love that Lyric looks like us, you know what I mean? Long nails, long hair, popping out here.
After starting on a Marvel show, like, where do I go from here?
It's directed by two black women.
Black Girl Magic!
I think we have a very...
Oh my god. Y'all remember that
Directed
scene?
by two black women.
Black Girl Magic!
Oh my god, that scene was so cringe. Can somebody deal with that Slim dude? He's just being an idiot. How come the fans don't agree with you? But we've already established that the people leaving those reviews aren't fans. Those are just review bombers. Somebody deal with that Slim dude. He's an idiot. But this scene was so cringe, bro. And here's the thing. It wasn't even the fact that what was said. It was who said it. Like, I would never envision Nick Fury saying something like that. It made me laugh too, but only because of, like, how corny it was. Like, you have Nick Fury, of all people, saying stuff like this. Like, it was just... Like, they turned Nick Fury into such a joke in that movie. I did not like the Marvels at all, to be honest. You showed real criticism from people who watched it and who didn't like it. How do you know they didn't like it? Because they said it in the video, dummy. Like, what are you talking about? Alright, yeah, just... Yeah, you're gone. Nick Fury is awesome. Yeah, he's a great. That's why I'm just upset. They did kind of ruin him in this movie. Have you seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Yeah. I watched it up until the Ghost Rider saga.
I think we have a very special message. I think you gotta recognize who this is.
For 400 years, that word has kept us down. Took a whole lot of time just to get up that hill. Now we up in the big leagues. Getting out there to bet.
How does that make you feel that one of the original Avengers saying that?
Loves Iron Man too. Get on the bandwagon. It's here. We're here. Tony's on the bandwagon, so you know what's the problem.
Exactly.
RDJ is here.
Yeah, Secret Invasion was bad too. They have really been fumbling Nick Fury over these past few years. Like, his portrayal in the Marvels wasn't good, and his fucking Secret Invasion was trash. Like, cause I heard they're gonna kill him off in Doomsday. They better give him a good death, to be real. I think I heard he was dying in Doomsday and Thor was dying in Doomsday. They better get good deaths, because Marvel, they fumbled Thor and Love and Thunder, and they fumbled Fury and Secret Invasion in the Marvels. They completely been fumbling them lately. What? You missed the Ghost Rider saga? No, I watched the Ghost Rider saga with Robbie Reyes. I watched that. That's when I stopped. After that is when I stopped. Hold up. What these niggas fucking send me? I'm dead. All right, let's keep going.
It's nice here.
Good morning.
All right, this is just him being dumb. All right.
.com.
Friends, Disney Marvel's had a rough time of late. It's been almost a year since the release of Deadpool and Wolverine, the billion-dollar box office smash, and as predicted, it was just an anomaly and it would be right back to the regular scheduled Disney Marvel programming, and it's been all downhill from there. Despite Bob Iger repeatedly saying over years when it comes to Disney Marvel that they were going to start focusing on quality over quantity, over the last 9 months, the opposite has happened as Disney Marvel has put out a steady sewage stream of slop featuring A and B list characters that even comic book fans would have a hard time caring about, that are radically
See, and this was a complaint that never made any sense. Like, this was something Critical Drinker said in his video, like, oh my god, these are B-list characters that no one cared about. Like, dude, Marvel is known for elevating characters that no one cared about, like Guardians and Iron Man. Y'all do know they were not A-list before the MCU, right? And the reason they do this, the reason why they focus like on B-list characters is because when it comes to like the more popular characters, the rights get complicated. So that's why usually the characters, hold up. Oh shit. That's really why they did Iron Man to begin with, because that was one of the characters they had the rights to. And they saw his potential and they just gave him a movie. Oh shit. Oh damn, my face zoomed in. All right. But yeah, like I said before, Marvel is known for elevating B-list characters. So I just, what he's saying there, that just don't make sense. Captain America was a B-list character. Right.
altered in some
I'm
form.
pretty sure most of the known Marvel characters at the time were Spider-Man, Hulk, Thor, the X-Men, and like a few others. But Iron Man was not up there with them like that. At least not up until the MCU.
Form or another, be it the passing of a mantle or just an outright about, that are radically altered A and B list characters that even comic book fans would have a hard time caring about, that are radically altered in some form or another, be it the passing of a mantle or just an outright race and gender swap, so these characters can reflect the Los Angeles that they live in today. We've gotten...
That's always happened, though. Like, dude, popular characters are always updated to match modern society. We've seen this with, like, even with the older cartoons, like Spectacular Spider-Man. There's literally clips of the director saying, yo, you know, we had to change some of the characters to make it more updated to what New York looks like today. This has always been a thing. It's not something that just happened because Disney was in charge, whatever the fuck that means. Which just shows y'all just don't understand storytelling.
Theater.
Yeah, and Guardians. Guardians was like damn near F list, F tier. And
Kids
look where they are now because of how popular the movies were.
Marvel with Agatha All Along reflect the Los Angeles that they live in today. We've gotten theater kids Marvel with Agatha All Along.
The gayest project Marvel has ever done.
Yup.
Which admittedly is the best performing Disney Marvel thing since Deadpool and Wolverine, coming in 45th on the Nielsen Top 100.
Yeah, well, there's no accounting for taste.
But after that, Captain African American flopped, Daredevil flopped, the Thunder...
Captain African American. Captain African American is wild.
Thunderbolts flopped. And you know the House of Mouse and Marvel...
I like how we're just being blatantly racist now. And like YouTube just doesn't do anything about it. Yeah, that's cool.
House of Out of Ice.
I don't understand it. Like YouTube is literally allowing blatant racism on the platform.
Ideas was expecting at least one win in there. A win they didn't get. And this brings us to Ironheart. Maybe Kevin Feige was thinking he could sneak this in between a couple of hits. Turns out that was
not a great plan.
Not only not a great plan, the worst plan in the history of plans. If you recall, Ironheart was announced on December 10th, 2020, and filming was completed in November of 2022. And then Kevin Feige actually watched it.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
And after 2.5 years and almost a dozen attempts to re-edit this turd, they could delay it no longer, and they finally...
Well, lots of shows were being delayed during that time. Because of like the whole writers... I'm pretty sure it wasn't like the writer's strike and shit going on around that time. Like a lot of shit got... That's why Brave New World came out literally like when it did. It was supposed, like, a lot of these Marvel products were supposed to release, like, years ago. But production got fucked up due to, like, the writer's strike and stuff like that. It's not really that they shelved it because they knew nobody would want it. It's literally just the production got fucked up because of the strikes and COVID and stuff like that. It's literally what it is. Thunderbolts was a minor flop. Nah, Thunderbolts was definitely a flop, bro. I think the movie was decent, but it definitely flopped, which is unfortunate. But, you know, it is what it is at that point. If a film loses money, then it's a flop. Like, hold up. How much did Thunderbolts make? Thunderbolts. It's considered a disappointment. Has grossed $381 million. Yeah, that was definitely wasn't great, so to say. Well, let's keep going.
He released a trailer in the shortest amount of time in Marvel's history and herstory between any MCU project's first trailer and its release date.
You got a sub for this stream? Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, my guy.
History and herstory.
Thunderbolts wasn't a flop because it didn't make money, did it? Again, I could be wrong, but it definitely underperformed. Okay, well, it passed the 300 mil mark. Okay, so it's not a total flop. Stream crash. Stream didn't crash, did it? Oh, fuck. Oh, we're back. Damn, my shit crashing today, ain't it, chat? My shit crashing today, ain't it? My fault, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Hold up, let me see something. The stream about to be over with anyway as soon as we done with this video. Let me just see if it's hang on a minute. Okay, it's fine. All right.
between any MCU project's first trailer and its release date.
Iconic.
Which was ratioed into oblivion for good reason.
Holy fuck.
State.
Iconic.
Which was ratioed into oblivion for
531,000 dislikes, and the show hadn't even came out yet. That's so unfortunate. Like, niggas on the internet are just so toxic. It's crazy. Like, this is what I mean. We're literally, like, the fandom is literally on par to becoming like the Star Wars fandom. To the point where any discourse on, like, most Marvel shows are gonna be, like, it's gonna be, like, insufferable. Yes, Thunderbolts did Sentry so good. I agree. Sentry was great. I thought Thunderbolts was okay. Yeah, I thought it was mad personally, but 531,000 dislikes. That's just sad.
Good reason.
Iconic.
But no, it's not because of racism though, guys. It's obviously because the show was poorly written, which the show wasn't even out yet. But it was poorly written. That's why a lot of people didn't like it.
Because it turns out adapting an unpopular character from an unpopular comic that was
No, she was popular. Albeit due to a lot of niggas hating her, but she was popular. Tyrone is definitely not from the hood. I'm dead.
Canceled multiple.
Alright, let's keep going.
Out adapting.
Oh yeah, that dislike number has been debunked already too. Those vibes aren't accurate at all. I keep forgetting YouTube removed dislikes. So yeah, the whole dislike extension was never really accurate anyway. That is true. Okay, I keep forgetting that shit isn't even really accurate. The dislike counter is unreliable. That could very well be true. I don't like that YouTube removed the dislikes though. If they hadn't done that shit, then we wouldn't have shit like this happening. But yeah, if it's unreliable, then there's really no point in like addressing that.
An unpopular character from an unpopular comic that was canceled multiple times.
Iconic.
From an unpopular.
And then, oh shit. Hold on. Can't stand these ads, bro. And here's the thing. Is if he's using this to try and prove that she's like unpopular or whatever, this argument doesn't even work because you have other characters that have been around longer than she has and that are more popular, like Flash, Daredevil, and Hulk, Vader, Aquaman. These are all more popular characters than her, but they're performing around pretty much as much as she is. So if anything, the fact that a new character is performing like this around other veteran characters, that's actually pretty impressive. That's actually pretty impressive. So you actually you actually just destroyed your own argument with that. Yeah, this whole argument doesn't even work. Because by this logic, all these other characters are unpopular, which we know that's not true. Go back to Superman. That was the fucking advertisement.
That was canceled multiple times.
Iconic.
And then deciding to have the genius idea to adapt it into a television show that cost between $100 and $150 million, coincidentally greenlighting it right after the events of the Summer of Love, purely as a virtue signal, adds to the Olympus Mons of evidence that Bob Iger and Kevin Feige
don't know what the they're doing.
And despite Kevin Feige himself reportedly saying that Marvel feels more like homework than entertainment, Ironheart requires homework. But it's really not that much. According to Disney Plus, all you need to watch is Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Black Panther,
Thunderbolts was about mental health. It's not a bad movie. I thought it was okay. I just think the overall the way the movie was structured was just like, it was like kind of meh for me. If you love the movie, that's cool though. I just thought it was okay. Disney Plus has revealed 8 MCU projects to watch before Ironheart. Iron Man. Okay, you don't need to watch all of this though. The only thing you really need to watch for Ironheart is Iron Man, Doctor Strange. You don't need to watch Doctor Strange. Iron Man and Wakanda Forever are pretty much the only 2 you need to watch. I'm a white dude and I've been to the hood. Riri isn't from the hood. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. I've been broke as fuck and lived in a car. Tyrone is authentically not hood. Everybody saying Tyrone not hood like that. We should understand that box offices doesn't dictate the quality of the movie. Yeah, obviously. Because, you know, it's pretty much agreed upon that Transformers 1 is amazing, but the film just didn't do that well at the box office. So yeah, box office definitely doesn't determine quality of a movie.
Panther, Wakanda Forever, and What If. But there is some good news. You don't have to watch any of that or this show. So after almost a half a decade from conception to
Look up Bane from Absolute Batman. All right, I'll look it up, but I'm trying to finish this vid so I can go to sleep. Absolute Batman. Oh, damn. Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this already. Yeah, he looks fucking goated. Holy shit. I might need to get into the Absolute universe. Because, yeah, this looks insane. I know a lot of people love the Absolute Batman run. I'll probably get into it. Even though, like I said, I'm not really big on comics like that.
to excretion, Ironheart has arrived. And unsurprisingly, we have to break this meme out one more time because our expectations were low, but holy f***. Keeping in mind, Kevin Feige in these last 5 years had every opportunity to shit-can this for the write-off, but instead he made the worst mistake imaginable by actually releasing it. And no, it's not being undersold. After 3 episodes, this is by far the worst live-action Marvel ever made. It is indeed the Marvel's Acolyte, although maybe not as funny. At best, it's...
This is definitely not Marvel's Acolyte. This is definitely not Marvel's Acolyte. Nope. Don't even try and do that. She-Hulk is more Marvel's Acolyte than this is. Don't even be like that.
25 minutes of content.
It's just, a lot of this is just over-exaggeration.
Stretched across an hour and a half, not counting the 18 minutes collectively of credits, which were sweet relief. The show could be best described as boring, frequently interrupted with the purest forms of cringe, and unintentionally hilarious due to the portrayal of diverse characters in the most stereotypical way possible. I've put this off long enough. Let's talk about Ironheart. Now, credit where credit is due, a show that clearly knows it's one and done, doesn't waste any time, and alienates the audience right off the bat, because this is how it starts.
Here we go, okay. Just to let you know, your girl finna be bigger than Johns. Right. Bigger than Gates. Right. Bigger than Pym. Right. Bigger than Stark. Yeah. Come on.
No. How is this alienating the audience? It's just showing the bond between Riri and her friend. How is that alienating the audience? What? Because she said she wants to be like better than Tony Stark, so she wants to be the best in her field. Like, did Tony not want to be the best weapons dealer in Iron Man 1 before he was captured? Like, that was like the goal of any genius or any inventor is to be the best in their field. I don't get why did this make Riri a bad person?
Pym, right? Bigger than Stark. Yeah. Come on.
No.
My bad, y'all. I'm texting somebody.
The only thing your girl finna be is as big of a failure as the Marvels. But to...
What?
No. The only thing your girl finna be is as big of a failure as the Marvels. But to be fair, she could potentially be as big of a villain.
It's also weird when he tries to like...
As the Marvels. But to... No. The only thing your girl finna be is as big of a failure as...
Finna be... Listen to the way he said that shit.
the Marvels. But to be fair, she could potentially be as big of a villain as Bill Gates. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, Riri's friend Natalie says this.
What do you want more than anything? A knife with Thor and his hammer.
And his hammer? Well, I guess that's on brand for Disney.
You flick too hard, damn it!
Anyway, most of the first episode is dedicated to getting to know Riri Williams, and I gotta say up front, she is the definition of grace and humility.
I'm here because
Apparently, we as black people are expected to see ourselves in all the white characters, but when there is one black woman, all of a sudden the audience is alienated. You can't make this shit up. That's what I'm saying. A lot of it is just, it's clearly racism. It is very clearly like racism. And I'm kind of done giving niggas leeway, cuz I used to be like, "Oh, well, it's not everybody." It's just like, dude, most of the hate, let's just keep it 100, is cuz they don't want to see black people in a prominent role. I'm kind of done giving like leeway to people. I'm done. Like, these people, they need to just absolutely get roasted and just put into oblivion. Just destroyed into oblivion. I'm done giving people leeway. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. This dude's a racist, and most people who agree with what this dude's saying is racist. That's just bottom line, period.
And his hammer? Well, I guess that's on brand for Disney.
You flick too hard, damn it!
Anyway, most of the first
I feel like most people know this is a grift. They just don't care, right? Because it feeds into their confirmation bias and it feeds into their logic. So they're cool with supporting this type of thing.
Episode is dedicated to getting to know Riri Williams, and I gotta say up front, she is the definition of grace.
How come they have more followers than you? Because you get more views. You make more money lying off of telling the truth. That's just how it is. This is how it is. That's why people like Nerdrotic and Drinker are so big. They're grifters. They grift off of rage and hate. That's why they have more followers. I don't know about you. I'm the type of nigga I'm not going to sell my soul. I prefer to keep my integrity. I don't know if that makes me a bad person. I prefer to be honest about shit and just call it like it is. Since you want to go that route, since you want to be like that, since you want to go the whole, oh, how come they have more followers than you route, since you want to go there, I'm not a buck-broken loser who sells my soul for cash. I don't pander to racists to make my money, bro. Sorry. I prefer telling the truth and keeping my integrity. That's why they have more followers and make more money than me, in case you were wondering.
Getting to know Riri Williams, and I gotta say up front, she is the definition of grace and humility.
I'm here because I can be the greatest inventor of my generation. I'm gonna need the equivalent of a whole vibranium mountain to
be
the definition of.
That's the thing. I could easily just become a grifter and just start spewing hate, getting hundreds of thousands of views, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. I could easily do that. Most people, like, dude, new people are cashing in on the grift every day, dude. More and more people are cashing. I could easily just do that. But it's just like, no, I prefer to keep my integrity. That's just how it is. I hate liars the most in this world, right? You just got to keep it a buck sometimes. Racism makes money, exactly. Like America's foundation was literally built on racism since like the slavery days, and it hasn't completely gone away. Like America at its root, like America as its root was founded on racist principles. That's why racism will never be completely gone. That's just how it is. We just got to push through it, but that's just how that is. This is how it is. Now, obviously, we have more opportunities and stuff, but it's just how it is. That's why racism makes money, especially in America. If you support weak-minded people's voices, they'll failate you forever. Sucks nowadays. Don't go down that route. Victim mentality. Oh, shit. We got an idiot. Time to get banned. We don't do that shit here, bro. Time to get banned. This man talking about some victim mentality. What are you talking about? Everything I'm saying is factual. Like, what is he talking about? He's gone now. Let's go. Let's finish this.
Getting to know Riri Williams, and I gotta say up front, she is the definition of grace and humility.
I'm here because I can be the greatest inventor of my generation. I'm gonna need the equivalent of a whole vibranium mountain to be great. Due respect, Detroit, what do I get out of matriculation? Some...
Yeah, and the algorithm rewards it. That's the saddest part. The YouTube algorithm rewards this stuff, even though it's literally against TOS to be racist. That's what I don't get.
Great. Due respect, Detroit, what do I get out of matriculation? Some job in Palo Alto with a tiny window and a bunch of guys I have to pretend to like?
And he's playing all this, saying, oh my God, she's the definition of grace and humility, when they made it clear from the jump that she's not somebody she's not humble at all. Like, she has an ego, she's arrogant. So you're playing clips that show exactly how she is supposed to be characterized. Egotistical and arrogant.
I want to build something
What point is he even making here?
undeniable. You want me to be small, but I refuse.
Now it's here where she gets called out on her and it's also an unintentional description of the show.
That's a hot pile of garbage.
But then it's right back to it.
You, Riri Williams, are making an iron suit.
People are...
Yeah, and she literally gets called out for not being humble, which is funny. We'll watch a little bit more of this, and then I'm going to get off, because I think I've made my point. Bro, why do these people hate our glorious chocolate queens? What is this dude talking about right now? Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah. YouTube's algorithm really sucks. I agree with you.
Obsessed with them. I could build 1,000 other things, and no one would care. But if I could build one of them, better than everyone else.
Is it okay if I become a mod? Sure, I'll mod you, bro. I got you. Hang on. I was gonna mod you soon anyway, but let's keep going.
People got no choice but to respect me.
And it wouldn't be Disney Marvel if they weren't taking a shot at the legacy character that she was supposed to be replacing.
I need cash, money.
I'm gonna head out. Good night. Good night, bro. Appreciate you stopping by. We about to be done after this vid. Yeah, Twitch literally let someone do a spree on live. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. A lot of people have been doing that lately. Like, they just go on. All kinds of crazy shit be happening on Twitch.
Do you think Tony Stark would be Tony Stark if he wasn't a billionaire?
Tony Stark was a...
Do you think Tony
was supposed to be replacing?
I need cash, money.
Do you think Tony Stark would be Tony Stark if he wasn't a billionaire?
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Which, he was already a billionaire when he did that. That's what I'm saying. And he's really talking about the whole, like, arc reactor. But even when he was already making money when he was captured. It's not like becoming Iron Man made him a millionaire. Riri isn't even that arrogant. She is a little bit.
How come you're not working at like...
Which, that's not bad. That's just how she was. But these people don't understand that.
With a box of scraps.
How come you're not working at like... I don't know.
And In the comics, the uniqueness of Riri's character is she's more humble than Tony. Hope, yeah. But I'm pretty sure they like deviated from the comics though in the show. He didn't use his billions to build his suit in the cave. I didn't say that. That's not what was said. When did I say that? I said he was already a billionaire when that happened. Riri is saying Tony Stark wouldn't be Tony Stark without the money, which that's true. He was already popular when he was captured. He already had all of that stuff before he became Iron Man. Yeah, exactly. Tony was already making weapons to sell them for money. Like, I don't understand why this clip keeps getting played when that doesn't even make sense in this context.
I don't have $1 billion.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
But it doesn't end there, because the crack, or more accurately described, on-crack writing team at Disney Marvel attempts to make Riri even more endearing by having her get expelled for selling completed tests to students.
You sold completed assignments to students at every school in the area.
After that, Riri steals the Ironheart suit that she thinks she's entitled to because she...
I mean, she is nowhere near as bad as even the current Tony. That's true. I agree. Yeah, Tony was like, that's what I said that earlier. Tony was way worse. Some people just don't pay attention enough. I know.
She built it with money.
I know, it's sad.
From a grant.
She built that with her own grant money.
And she flies home to Chirac with the help of the MIT AI, who's a gay pencil.
Sup, I'm Trevor, MIT's teaching robot and virtual operational resource, and your very own AI assistant.
Violin.
And your very own AI assistant.
Now, if the show ended with her being expelled, 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, it didn't, but if you're a viewer out there who made it past this part and to the end of the first 3 episodes, you deserve reparations.
Hey, yo, get off the street.
So Riri makes it back home, cut off from her gay pencil AI and broke. And through a series of contrived events, she runs across another race-swapped character from the comic books.
Tony was balling in money before the armor. That's what I'm saying. That's the point. That's what these people do. That's what they don't get. Yeah, and they keep on saying like she stole that suit when it was literally her suit that she built with her MIT money. I think the only reason it even shut down was because the AI, it was really the AI. Because she was using the AI from the school. And when she got expelled, the AI said, yeah, fuck you. And they locked her out. That's why the suit crashed. It's not because she stole it or whatever. People forget the scraps in the cave were literally his own weaponry from his WMDs, and the arc reactor was from the scientist that helped him also in that cave. Alright. Let's go ahead and finish this, though.
The Hood, who we will now call Da Hood, and his League of Extraordinary They-Thems, who we'll get to later. And just in case for a moment you forgot that Riri Williams was a genius, they decide to remind you again.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius, but I said to myself, Parker, you gotta meet this kid up close.
Quick reminder, that was a line of dialogue that was written by a human, delivered by a human, sound edited by a human, edited by a human, and approved by a human, and actually released by other humans. After...
What was wrong with that quote? They told me Riri Williams was a genius, but I said to myself, Parker, you gotta meet her up close. Literally, what was wrong with that line? Yes, but she's talking about not being able to build because of money, but Tony didn't need money in the cave. He just had his brain and everything he had around him. Yeah, but that suit isn't his main armor. His main armor took actual millions of dollars to build. He built that to get out of the cave, yes. But all of his modern Iron Man suits, the ones that Riri is trying to create, took money to build. Every suit after the first suit he built in the cave took millions of dollars to make. Tony was not able to make stuff like this with a box of scraps in a cave. He needed money to make that. And like I said, he had the money. He had money before he became Iron Man. So what she's saying about Tony Stark not being Tony Stark without money is true. Yes, but he built that suit and fought terrorists with it. That doesn't counter my point. That doesn't counter my point. That suit crapped out immediately. Exactly. The suit crapped out immediately after he killed everyone and got out the cave.
You gotta meet this kid up close.
Quick reminder, that was a line of dialogue that
like the modern Iron Man suits that he has now and that he had in the first Iron Man movie, he needed money to make that.
Was written by a human, delivered by a human, sound edited by a human, edited by a human, and approved by a human, and actually released by other humans. After some slight apprehension,
He still built it. That's still a huge accomplishment. I never said it wasn't. Again, this is you putting words in my mouth because you don't have an argument. I'm not saying he didn't build it. I'm saying the modern Iron Man suits that he has now he wouldn't have been able to build that without his millions of dollars. That first suit was literally a shit bag that tore apart as soon as he got out of that cave. Not to mention, he still had money before that, which is why he was even being targeted in the first place. He was being targeted because of the money he was making with his weapons.
Riri Williams decides to knowing
Batman wouldn't be Bruce Wayne would not be Bruce Wayne without his money. Why is this so hard for people to get? The fuck?
Join this criminal organization when they promise they don't hurt anybody.
Look, I don't want to hurt anyone.
It's not like that.
Okay, so what do you do?
Theft, extortion, breaking and entering.
See, it's fine. Now, most of the next 2 episodes dedicate an excruciating amount of time reconnecting Riri Williams with her dead best friend who's now an AI. So for the sake of your valuable time and our collective sanity, I'll try to get through this briefly. The one component Riri Williams needed to get her suit working again was an AI, which she was able to pull off after knowingly taking money from a criminal organization. While she was trying to replicate the AI of the isolationist ethno-state Wakanda, through plugging her brain into her laptop, she fell asleep thinking about her dead best friend, which manifested her into artificial intelligence. I think at this point it's prudent to point out Disney Marvel's efforts to show the lived experience of marginalized people. Because it turns out Riri's stepdad Gary and her friend Natalie were killed.
Yeah, so it seems like he's just upset that they're showing like the black experience. Because being black in America is very nuanced. So obviously these shows are going to touch on that. Like if you don't want to see stuff like that, then I would argue you're an idiot for not wanting to be culturally aware, but you can very much just not watch the show. You could just not watch the show. Again, most white people that I know in real life are not like this. They want to be culturally aware. This is just a very like vocal, annoying group of people that just hate anything black culture related. It's just crazy. The real reason why it's hard for people to get is because it's not hard for them. It's just a Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark are white guys. They could do whatever they want. Riri is not inconsistent. She's written very well, but these people don't see her as a real person. They don't recognize her humanity. She sold the car for money on the surface. But the real reason... Oh, you didn't finish what you was saying. Okay. I'm trying to keep up with chat, but y'all texted so much shit. Y'all saying so much stuff.
In a drive-by shooting. Out Disney Marvel's efforts to show the lived experience of marginalized people. Because it turns out Riri's stepdad Gary and her friend Natalie were killed in a drive-by shooting.
Message!
And now Natalie is back as an AI and an acronym.
Like, dude, how is that a message? And even then, even if that was a message, why is that bad? This stuff happens in real life. Like here's the thing, a lot of people don't seem to get that almost all media has messages in there somewhere. Like most media are made have an inherent message to them. Just say you don't like the message that's being told to you. Which again, I would say that makes you dumb and possibly racist. But saying they should take the messaging out of the show or whatever, that doesn't make sense. Most art and most media has messages inside them. Switch Neurotic off. We don't need to prove anything anymore. He's just dumb. No, I gotta finish the vid. We're almost done. We got 7 minutes left. These guys will bitch about Ironheart, but not Strange's horrible decisions in No Way Home. Yeah, Strange did do some dumb shit in No Way Home. It's pain. She can process her grief and separated that self from that part of her life. That's true. Have you watched Squid Game? I did watch Squid Game. I can't spoil. I did see Squid Game. Has anybody... Okay, I want to talk about... Has anybody in chat seen Squid Game? Squid Game Season 3. Bro. I've seen Squid Game. I finished the whole thing last night. That shit was so fucking good. I might do a review on it. I might do a review. I usually don't even talk about stuff like that. But Squid Game was so fucking peak. Bro. No, you haven't seen it? I'm not gonna talk about it. 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 Bro, Squid Game was so fucking peak, especially with that ending. How Squid Game Season 3 ended was insane. That shit was insane, bro. Everybody needs to watch it, bro. Go ahead and binge watch that shit before you get spoiled. Please. Cause what happens at the end, bro. I am behind in the live, but I'm trying to catch up. Oh, okay. All right. Well, the stream's about to end anyway. But let's finish what this dude has to say.
You could call me neuroautonomous, technical.
How have y'all not seen? Okay, well, Squid Game just came out, but how have y'all not seen it yet?
Assistant and laboratory intelligence entity instead.
Give me something for the pain and let me die.
Admittedly,
I'm not gonna talk about spoilers, chill. I'm not gonna talk spoilers. But we finna be done as soon as we finish this vid.
the AI Natalie is a far more likable character than Riri Williams. What's the message there? Well, you'll have to ask Disney Marvel. And their scenes together can be summed up with this.
You know nothing about this man. Don't laugh at me.
Best friend, that's the best friend. I know best friend, that's the best. Come on, go best friend, that's my best friend. Hey.
Now will you upgrade the suit?
I actually like the dynamic between Riri and Natalie. Like, it feels natural. Like, it feels like this is how most of the women I've met act in real life anyway. Like, it feels dynamic. It feels natural. Like, this is cool.
Now will you upgrade the suit?
Like, a lot of people were saying it was cringe, but the whole Riri and Natalie dynamic, it felt natural to me. Maybe that's just me, though.
Now, Riri still needs some components for the suit she stole, and this brings us to the trademark Disney Marvel turning a formidable character from the comics into an ineffectual male. And it also might be one of the saddest examples of a downward career trajectory. Alden Ehrenreich, the former Han Solo from Solo, hashtag Solo lost money, now playing, and we're just gonna cut to the chase on this one, Ezekiel Zeke Stain, son of
Well, I know a few people in here said they didn't see Ironheart episode 3, so sorry. I didn't know he was gonna spoil that. I did not know he was gonna spoil that. But no, he's not an ineffectual beta male. Like, he literally stands up to Riri in one of the episodes. Damn. He actually spoiled that. Well, Solo was an okay Star Wars movie. I heard mixed reviews about it. I haven't seen Solo though.
Obadiah Stane, who keeps his pop's remains in a Ziploc bag.
The hell, Joe? Why is he in a baggie?
We weren't close.
And now the supervillain from the comic that looked like this now looks and acts like this.
Heather?
Hey, neighbor.
Hello. Think you could stop letting your dog poop on my lawn?
Dude, we're literally just getting introduced to the character. Again, this is just complaining just to complain. Like, he could very well be evolving into the Ezekiel that we know. This is him just starting out. He hasn't become a villain yet.
Crying?
Sorry, sometimes it just happens. It's totally involuntary.
And then you come knocking on my door with that same iron energy. It's a non-starter, Riri.
Why is there a sweaty middle-aged white man at my door?
I'm 36, respectfully.
But at least there's a great bond.
I liked Solo. I haven't seen Solo. Right, like he's this man is just overly criticizing how they're portraying him when his arc hasn't even really started yet.
Bonding scene between Riri and Zeke to Alanis Morissette.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Bro, this video is so insufferable. Hang on.
Cast a couple of characters because they're too boring to mention, but the cast is rounded out with DeHood's gang, the Groom Patrol, and most of them are based on characters from the comics that are changed just a little bit. There's Cousin John, who's John King. He doesn't look like his last name is King, but you never know. Then there's the Blood Siblings, who are based on the Blood Brothers, who started out looking like this in the comics. And while using some creative license, there's a slight variation from the source material. Now they're played by a couple of lesbians, who in a moment of rare accurate representation are shown in a flashback beating the hell out of each other. But let's keep in mind this is...
Yeah, it seems like, his problem with it is just the minorities. Yeah, so there's really nothing of substance in this video. Yeah, 5 minutes left. He's not really saying much. Yeah, so I think we just gonna end it here. I think I made my point. A lot of these criticisms are just fucking dumb. But anyways, that's gonna be it. Remember, Nerdrotic wants ultra straight white males that are Giga Chads. So, oh shit, it's 11:30. Okay, I definitely gotta end it because I gotta go to. I got work in like 5 hours. Oh shit. Okay. Remember, Nerdrotic wants ultra straight white males that are Giga Chads, so he obviously would hate the character. Yeah, that's pretty much the real reason. But anyways, that's gonna be it for the stream. Thank y'all so much for coming. This was a pretty goated stream, man. We talked about Transformers, Squid Game. We doing everything but Ironheart, which is wild. Nerdrotic being Nerdrotic. Yeah, I think I proved my point. None of these guys have really anything of substance to say. We know the real reason they're hating on Riri, and it's not because it's bad writing. It's not because she's being portrayed as a villain. It's not because she's morally inconsistent. It's because she's black and she's a main character. That's why. Obviously, I know that there were some aspects in the comics that people didn't really enjoy. Does that justify the hate that she was getting before the show came out? No. Does that mean if you dislike Riri, you're automatically racist? No. All I'm saying is that just tends to be the case when it comes to people overly criticizing her and making dumbass complaints like what we just saw. So, I highly encourage people to, instead of parroting what other YouTubers are saying, watch the show, check out the show for yourself, and form your own conclusions. Stop letting these fucking idiotic grifters influence your thinking, which I know you're not going to do, but, you know, we can only hope for the best there. But anyways, that's going to be it. Hold up. I know what I want to play. Oh, fuck. Hang on. Have a good night. All right, have a good night. Great stream, bro. I think you should debate one of them. That'd be amazing to see. I was supposed to have a conversation with one of them, but I just forgot, to be real with you. It's what I always do with just about anything. Watch the show and I didn't like it. That's fine if you didn't like it. That's great. As long as you have a valid reason for it, it's cool. But anyways, we're out. I can't stand these ads, bro. If you guys like the stream, be sure to like, subscribe. Discord server is pinned for anyone who wants to join. And yeah, we're done. Alright, cool. We're out. Peace.
Think I'm on 11, but I'm on a 9. Guess you don't really know me. Running from the past is a losing game. It never brings you glory. Been down this road before, already know this story. Face your fear.
Like the vid on the way out.
Face your fear. It's time to face your fear. Cause when your time is coming good, I'll be the one to carry on. And you can throw me to the wall. Cause I am undefeatable. I'm hanging on to the other side. I won't give up till the end of me. I'm what you get when the stars collide. Now face it, you're just an enemy. Whoa, whoa, you're crossing the line. Whoa, whoa, now we've run out of time. Whoa, whoa, I'll take what is mine. Go. And when the story ends, it becomes a part of me. I'll give it what it takes. I'll find another way. I used to never know, but now it's crystal clear. This feeling's just a ghost. It's time to face your fear. Cause when your time is coming